My thoughts on the podcast. I think he's absolutely right in terms of pivoting into your career. If you don't like your career or like your occupation, don't just stay there because that can cause you to have more stress, be unhappy, and also and that unhappiness and that stress can affect you in your family life, your work life, your social life, and etc. So if you don't like a career that you have, it's okay to pivot to another one. But if you are in a successful situation and you quit or pivot to another career, I think that's a problem because that basically means that you just giving up, and that's not the right mentality to have. And in terms of pivoting, if you don't like your career, then talk to someone or take the skills that you already have from that career and use them to pivot to another career, because that could be a huge advantage. And if you just giving up just to give up, then that sends the wrong message to the company, because that tells them that you are willing to just give up easily instead of just actually fighting through the adversity or through the difficulty or to the difficult situations. And a company do not want a person who's just quit all the time, just give up all the time, instead of actually fighting and actually dedicating their craft into improving themselves. So, and the other part that he talked about was your boss respecting your employees. And 5 to 7 times during the first 10 years out of your college life, you change careers. That was very interesting, because that's a lot of times that people change their careers, and there could be certain factors into that, but at the end of the day, I don't really see a problem with changing your careers as a whole, because your first career is usually not the one that you usually don't like, or not like, but you usually don't want to do. Usually the second or third career choice that you had, that your plan B or plan C that you usually would choose. And you have to be a great boss, like he said, and if your employees don't respect you, then you failed as a boss, and ultimately your company will fail, because you have to have the respect of the employees. And I think every boss should have that mindset that put your employees first. Don't put yourself first. Put your employees and your customers first, because those are the people who actually have to work their butt off. And I think the podcast was a very informative podcast, and he used the N-word again, the networking, and that's been a big theme throughout the class. Networking, communicating with other people, and I believe that's very important, because like we said a bunch of times throughout these weeks, you have to connect with people so you can get the best job opportunities. So thank you for the podcast, and good night, everybody.